Imagine living in a country where people don't just grow old, they grow old healthy. Where 80-year-olds still walk to the market, ride bicycles, and even practice martial arts. This isn't a dream. It's Japan. Japan has one of the highest life expectancies in the world. But here's the twist. It's not just modern medicine keeping them alive. It's something far deeper. It's ancient traditions, passed down for centuries, quietly shaping how people eat, move, and even think about life. Today, we'll uncover the secrets of how Japan's old ways still protect its people in the modern age, and why the rest of the world is paying attention. Chapter 1. The Wisdom of Washoku, Traditional Japanese Diet. When UNESCO recognized washoku as an intangible cultural heritage, it wasn't simply honoring a cuisine, it was honoring a way of life. Washoku is built on the principle of balance and harmony, both in flavor and in nutrition. A typical meal follows the ichi-ju-san-sai rule: 1 soup, 3 small dishes, and rice. This ensures variety without excess. Vegetables, fish, tofu, seaweed, and pickles often appear in small, beautifully arranged portions. Instead of piling one large plate with heavy foods, washoku spreads nutrients across multiple dishes, encouraging slow, mindful eating. The roots of this diet stretch back centuries. Buddhist teachings discouraged meat consumption, while Japan's geography, surrounded by seas and fertile land, made seafood, soy, and rice natural staples. These ingredients became not just survival foods, but the foundation of cultural identity. Modern science has confirmed what tradition always knew. Washoku supports longevity. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids from fish, antioxidants from seaweed and green vegetables, and probiotics from fermented foods like miso and pickles, it strengthens the heart, protects the gut, and reduces inflammation. Equally important is the Japanese approach to portions. Meals are modest, served in small bowls, designed to satisfy without overwhelming. Combined with the cultural habit of not wasting food, this keeps obesity levels strikingly low, just about 4%, compared to more than 40% in countries like the US. In short, washoku is not just about eating. It's about respecting food, savoring balance, and nourishing both body and spirit, one small bowl at a time. Chapter 2. Hara Hachi Bu, the 80% Rule. In Okinawa, often called the Land of Immortals, one of the simplest yet most powerful health secrets is Hara Hachi Bu, the practice of stopping at about 80% fullness. At first glance, it seems small, but this habit is deeply woven into Okinawan culture and plays a massive role in their remarkable longevity. The logic is simple. When you stop eating before you feel completely full, you give your body time to register satiety. This reduces overeating, lowers daily calorie intake, and keeps metabolism steady. Instead of stretching the stomach or flooding the bloodstream with excess sugar and fat, the body works in balance. Scientists now call this caloric restriction, a method linked to slower aging, reduced risk of chronic diseases, and improved cellular repair. Research shows that consuming fewer calories without malnutrition triggers a survival mode in the body, activating genes that enhance longevity. But in Okinawa, this isn't about science, it's about mindset. Meals are served in small bowls, eaten slowly, often shared with family or community. The act of eating is mindful, respectful, and connected to gratitude. The results speak for themselves. Okinawans have some of the highest rates of centenarians in the world. Grandmothers often reach 100 while still cooking, gardening, or caring for grandchildren. Grandfathers remain active in farming or fishing well into their 90s. Hara Hachi Bu isn't a modern diet hack. It's a cultural rhythm, a quiet discipline reminding us that sometimes less truly means more life. Chapter 3. Fermented Foods, Ancient Superfoods. Step into a Japanese kitchen, and you'll almost always find a comforting bowl of miso soup, a jar of pickled vegetables, or perhaps a sticky plate of natto, fermented soybeans that challenge the taste buds of many foreigners. These foods may seem ordinary, but they are in fact Japan's ancient superfoods, rooted in survival and tradition. Before refrigeration, fermentation was a necessity. Villagers relied on these techniques to keep food edible through long winters or during shortages. Yet, what began as preservation became one of the greatest gifts to human health. Fermented foods are rich in probiotics, living microorganisms that nourish the gut. Today, science confirms what Japanese tradition always believed. A healthy gut means a healthy body. Probiotics not only aid digestion, but also strengthen immunity, reduce inflammation, and even influence mental well-being through the gut-brain connection. Among these foods, natto stands out. Though its sticky texture and pungent smell make it an acquired taste, natto is a powerhouse. It's rich in vitamin K2, vital for bone strength and heart protection, and it contains nattokinase, an enzyme that may reduce blood clots and improve circulation. Even soy sauce, beyond its flavor, carries amino acids and compounds linked to health benefits. And miso, made from fermented soy, delivers a balance of protein, minerals, and probiotics in every sip. While the modern world spends billions on supplements and probiotics in capsules, Japan has long carried its secret in humble kitchen bowls, tradition seasoned with wisdom, served daily at the family table. Chapter 4. Green Tea, the elixir of longevity. Few drinks in the world carry as much history, ritual, and healing power as green tea in Japan. More than just a beverage, it is a symbol of mindfulness, focus, and longevity. Centuries ago, green tea was introduced from China by Buddhist monks. They used it during long hours of meditation to stay awake and centered. Soon, warriors like the samurai adopted it before battle, believing it sharpened their minds and steadied their spirits. From temples to battlefields, tea became both fuel and philosophy. Over time, the tea ceremony, or chanoyu, emerged, turning the act of drinking tea into a form of meditation itself. Every movement in the ritual, from pouring hot water to whisking powdered matcha, embodies respect, patience, and calm. This tradition has survived for over 400 years and still shapes the Japanese relationship with tea today. Modern science now explains why this drink deserves its reputation. Green tea is rich in catechins, especially EGCG, compounds that fight free radicals in the body. They help lower cholesterol, reduce inflammation, protect brain cells, and even slow the growth of cancer cells. Studies show that those who drink several cups of green tea daily live longer and are less likely to suffer from heart disease or dementia. While much of the modern world reaches for sugary sodas or high-caffeine energy drinks, Japan continues to sip from the same humble cup it has for centuries, finding health, clarity, and calm in every warm green drop. Chapter 5. Movement in Everyday Life. In many parts of the world, staying fit means paying for a gym membership, downloading fitness apps, or lifting heavy machines. But in Japan, health doesn't come from the gym, it comes from daily life itself. Movement is seamlessly woven into routines. People walk or cycle to train stations, often climbing stairs instead of elevators. City layouts encourage public transport, which naturally adds steps to the day. For the Japanese, commuting itself becomes a quiet workout. For the elderly, activity continues long after retirement. Many tend to small home gardens, planting vegetables or trimming bonsai, bending and stretching in ways that keep muscles active. Even at 80, it is not unusual to see seniors walking briskly through neighborhoods or carrying groceries with ease. Schools also preserve tradition through radio taiso, or radio exercises. First broadcast in 1928 and still played every morning, these simple stretches are performed in classrooms, offices, and even public parks. Generations grow up learning that movement is not optional, it is part of community rhythm. These habits have deep roots in ancient traditions. Farming required constant bending, lifting, and walking. Martial arts trained balance, flexibility, and discipline. Festivals involved dancing, pulling floats, and working together as a group. Movement was survival, celebration, and culture. The result today is a society where people move naturally, without ever calling it exercise. This lifestyle keeps bones strong, joints flexible, and hearts healthy, allowing Japanese men and women to remain active, independent, and joyful well into old age. Chapter 6. Onsen, healing in hot springs. Scattered across Japan's volcanic landscape are thousands of onsen, natural hot springs where steaming mineral waters rise from deep underground. For centuries, these baths have been more than relaxation. They have been places of healing, ritual, and community. Ancient Japanese believed that onsen had spiritual and medicinal powers. Warriors returning from battle soaked to cleanse wounds and restore strength. Villagers visited to ease aches from farming. Pilgrims stopped at hot springs along sacred routes, believing the waters purified body and soul. Each onsen is unique, enriched with minerals like sulfur, magnesium, or calcium, depending on the earth beneath it. These minerals are absorbed through the skin, and modern research confirms their benefits: improved blood circulation, reduced stress hormones, relief from arthritis and joint pain, and even healthier skin. Bathing in hot springs also raises body temperature slightly, strengthening the immune system, much like mild exercise. But the onsen experience is more than physical. It is social and spiritual. Families, friends, and even strangers bathe side by side, separated only by tradition and silence, creating a sense of equality and connection. The act of soaking becomes meditation. Steam rising, mind slowing, worries dissolving. Even in today's fast-paced society, onsen towns remain popular destinations, drawing millions every year. For the Japanese, this isn't luxury spa culture. It's tradition, passed down for generations, where health, community, and peace of mind flow together in warm, healing waters. Chapter 7. Ikigai, the secret to a long life. Among all the traditions that shape Japanese health, perhaps none is more profound than ikigai, the idea of having a reason to live. Unlike diets or exercise, ikigai nourishes something deeper: the human spirit. The word combines iki, life, and gai, worth or value. In simple terms, it means a life worth living. But in practice, it is the quiet force that gives people motivation to wake up each morning with purpose. Ikigai doesn't need to be grand. For a farmer, it may be planting seeds and watching them grow. For a grandmother, it may be preparing meals for her grandchildren. For an artist, it may be creating beauty on a canvas. Even small daily joys, like sipping tea in the morning or walking with friends, can be someone's ikigai. Psychologists today confirm what Japanese wisdom has long taught. People who feel they have meaning live longer, healthier lives. Purpose reduces stress, prevents depression, and strengthens resilience against illness. It's not just the body that matters. The mind and heart shape health as well. In Okinawa, home to some of the world's longest living people, ikigai is often mentioned by elders when asked the secret to their longevity. They don't speak of medicine or wealth. They speak of family, community, and purpose. For centuries, Japan has understood a truth the modern world is just beginning to rediscover. Longevity is not just about living long, it's about living with meaning. Chapter 8. Respect for elders. In much of the modern world, aging is treated with fear. Wrinkles are hidden, and old age is seen as decline. But in Japan, age carries dignity. Elders are honored, not forgotten. This respect is deeply rooted in Confucian values, which teach that parents and grandparents deserve reverence for the sacrifices they made. For centuries, Japanese families lived in multi-generational homes where children grew up learning wisdom directly from grandparents. Even today, many families continue this tradition, seeing it as natural rather than burdensome. National holidays reinforce this cultural value. Every September, Japan celebrates respect for the aged day, Keironi. Towns organize ceremonies, schoolchildren perform songs for the elderly, and local governments send gifts to centenarians. It's a public reminder that the elderly are not a hidden group. They are a source of pride. This respect has powerful health effects. Unlike in societies where aging can lead to loneliness and isolation, Japanese seniors often remain socially engaged, caring for grandchildren, joining community events, or leading neighborhood activities. These roles keep them mentally sharp and emotionally connected. Science shows that social belonging reduces stress, lowers risks of dementia, and improves overall longevity. In Japan, this cultural embrace of elders ensures they never lose their sense of purpose. When the mind stays strong and the heart feels valued, the body often follows. That is why in Japan, old age is not seen as the end of life, but as another honored stage of it. Chapter 9. Minimalism and Cleanliness. Step into a Japanese home and you'll likely feel an immediate sense of calm, even if the space is small. This peace doesn't come from expensive design, but from tradition. Minimalism and cleanliness, rooted in centuries of culture. The influence comes from Zen Buddhism, which teaches that simplicity clears the mind, and from Shinto beliefs, which see purity and cleanliness as sacred. In Shinto shrines, visitors wash their hands before entering as a symbolic act of purification. That same idea of cleansing extends into daily life. Clean homes, tidy streets, and uncluttered spaces. In practice, this means clutter is removed and spaces are arranged with intention. Rooms are often multi-purpose, with sliding doors and tatami mats that encourage flexibility and simplicity. Even the act of taking off shoes before entering a home reflects the cultural value of keeping the living space pure and peaceful. Modern science now echoes these traditions. Studies show that a clean, orderly environment reduces stress hormones, improves sleep quality, and boosts mental clarity. A minimalist space allows the mind to focus, while clutter increases anxiety and fatigue. For Japan, this way of living isn't about following a lifestyle trend or social media aesthetic. It's about carrying forward an ancient belief that harmony in one's surroundings leads to harmony within. In a world filled with noise and excess, Japan's tradition of minimalism and cleanliness is a timeless reminder that peace begins at home. Chapter 10: What the World Can Learn. So what does Japan's story really mean for us today? In a world racing toward technology, pharmaceuticals, and quick fixes, Japan quietly reminds us that true health doesn't only come from hospitals or pills. It comes from traditions, ancient, simple habits that have endured for centuries. Japan shows us that food can be medicine. A bowl of miso soup, a handful of pickled vegetables, or a cup of green tea can do more for long-term health than fast food convenience ever will. It shows us that movement doesn't have to be complicated. Walking to the station, stretching in the morning, or gardening in old age can keep the body fit without ever stepping into a gym. It teaches us that community keeps us alive. Elders who are respected, families who share meals, and neighbors who stay connected build bonds that strengthen mental and emotional health as much as the body. And above all, it reveals that purpose gives us strength. Ikigai, the sense of having something worth living for, may be the most powerful medicine of all, helping people live not just long lives, but meaningful ones. Maybe the secret to the future of health isn't something new to be invented, but something old to be remembered. The wisdom of our ancestors, what they ate, how they lived, how they cared for each other, may hold the key to solving modern struggles. Japan proves that longevity is not just science, it is tradition in action. Conclusion: the Japanese example. Japan today is a land of contrasts. Bullet trains race at lightning speed, robots serve in cafes, and neon cities glow late into the night. Yet behind the modern face lies an ancient heartbeat, a culture that, even in the midst of progress, still treasures old wisdom. It is this balance between the new and the old that makes Japan extraordinary. The Japanese live some of the longest, healthiest lives on Earth. Not because of futuristic medicine or miracle drugs, but because of traditions passed down through generations. From the way they eat, to the way they move, to the way they respect elders and find purpose in life. Japan proves that health is not just science, it's a lifestyle, a mindset, a culture. And maybe that's the lesson the rest of the world needs right now. In our rush for speed and convenience, we often forget the slow, timeless habits that keep us strong. Japan reminds us that sometimes the best way forward is to look back. If you found this journey eye-opening, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share it with someone who cares about health, and subscribe for more hidden secrets from around the world. And here's a question for you. Which of these Japanese traditions would you want to try in your own life? Tell us in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your answers.